Important to start the day right. Bit of a job on the day. Started it Friday maybe. Got the hard bit done, so today just an easier bit. My old mate Vin has given me this specialised crux to do a bit of a job for him. It was running Di2 with an external battery, and he wants it swapped over to GRX mechanical Shimano. So as I've said, the last day I had done the hard bit, which was this right hand shifter. Take the Di2 off, put the new GRX on, both hydraulics, so I had to swap over the hydraulics and bleed the brakes. I had to run the cable housing and inner down internally through this down tube. Comes out underneath the bottom bracket and along the chainstay into the rear mac. I've left this cable long because there's no point indexing the gears just at the minute, because if I can do it here one-handed, no, I'll need to put that in the bike stand to show you. There's quite a bit of play in the rear wheel bearings. So today's job should in theory be a lot simpler. Take off this Di2 shifter here, put on the GRX mechanical shifter and re-bleed the brake line. There's no gears on this side, it's a 1x system, so not even replacing hoses or anything like that. Just straight shifter swap, bleed the brakes, fresh bar tape on both sides. I haven't done it on that side yet either. This is the big XT42 cassette that was on the back, and he asked me to take that off and run a 32 instead. So just a quick layout of the tools needed to swap this shifter. First thing to do, roll back the hood on the shifter. That gives you access to the hex nut here, which will allow you to move it up and down the bar left and right, or remove it completely. In this case we'll be removing completely. Next step, remove this old bar tape. Whoever built this bike put on this white double-sided tape, and boy does it ever take a hold of the bar tape. In my opinion, no need for it. It takes that big a hold, the bar tape even rips. That's the old shifter off. Now to slide the new one on. I'll sort the position out in a minute. It would need to match that other lever, and I can already see it's a bit too high. But those are fine tuning details. We'll sort that out once we bleed it. So the bleed port is underneath the front part of the hood. Just grab the hood, push it back. There's the bleed port there. This is the caliper, obviously. Bleed nipple there. Take the wheel out so that you're not getting fluid onto the rotor. Take the pads out. Put the brake bleed block in and bleed away. This is the bleed cup. Put a bit of mineral oil in there when it's attached onto the bleed port. This is one that has adapters. Nagura, Shimano Road and TRP. 3mm hex key. Blimey, somebody done that up tight. They do not need to be done up that tight. There's an O-ring under this. Don't know if it'll come out in the camera, but there's an O-ring in there. So they only need to be pinched up. They don't need to be torqued up really tight. With that wee cap off, put the Shimano Road adapter in. Just screws in. Then screw this cup onto the adapter. Put some mineral oil in there. Put quite a bit in because I might flush the whole line. Hopefully that gives you a better view. Now, I made that hard for myself. I left it in the easiest gear, should have shifted down. Just do that now. Need to remove the brake pads and put in the brake bleed block. Grab my magnetic tray to put a few bits into it. He's got no wee circlip on the end there to keep the retaining pin in. But in all the years I've been riding, I've never known one to pop out. Never really needed it, but Shimano want to be safe, obviously. That's the pin out. And it's been a long time from they've come out. There's rust everywhere in here. The brake caliper pistons are rusty too. The rust from the backing plate has covered the pistons, so that will need a good clean up too. Shout out to Park Tool for the caliper. I don't know what it's called. It pushes the pistons back in to the caliper. Right, that's those fully in. Let me go and get a cloth and some cleaner to clean that up. Push those pistons back in and get the bleed block in. One bleed block. Yeah, same problem I had with the front caliper. Bleed block does not go in while the caliper's tightened down. If you can see it, the caliper mount adapter sits out just enough to prevent that sliding into the caliper. So we need to slacken these bolts off. Just slacken those off enough to allow the caliper to move. And then try again with the bleed block. And in it goes. Well, partway. There's it fully in. Hold that in place. Get the brake pad retaining pin. Screw it through the bleed block. Screw that into place. Undo the rubber cap on the bleed nipple. I think from memory they're smaller size. 7mm is it? Yep. Let's tighten the caliper down a wee bit. That'll let us bleed it. I should get something to bleed that into. Give me a second. Right, couldn't find the clear bit of tubing down into a bottle that I normally use to bleed these. But it won't matter. I'll just use a cloth to soak up any little bit of fluid that comes out. So basically what you're doing is you're slackening off this bleed nipple whilst pressing down the lever. So you hold the lever down, slacken off the bleed nipple, tighten the bleed nipple, let the lever out, and you just repeat that process. The fluid drains down. You can do it back ways or front ways, whatever way you want to look at it. You can put tubing on there and syringe the fluid through and back up into the cup. But that's basically it. All you're doing is taking the air out of the system, so it's just fluid the whole way. Your brake pads are rubbish. You need new ones. Not sure if I have any or not. I'll have to check. New pad, old pad. I'm blocking my own light here. Little bit of brake rub there, but it could be coming from the wheel bearings. That's the next job. But I will go out in the street here and bed these anyway. But both shifters replaced, both brakes bled. Now for the bar tip. Overlap the end by a third or so. Outside to inside, keeping good firm grip and tension on the tip. Cassette off, brake rotor off. Now we have access to the axle, the rear wheel bearings. If we pull the hub off, need extra hands to deal with this. Been a day or two from they've been serviced. The third of that. Poor wee bike was unloved. It's not Gavin's fault. He's only recently purchased this. It's ready for re-greasing. Fresh new bearings. Still have to trim the cable for the rear derailleur, but the bar tape's on, the brakes are bled, wheel bearings replaced.